Hi guys, it's Jordan and I'm here with a couple librarians to tell you guys about what we've been reading during quarantine, since it seems a lot of us have some extra time on our hands to get some reading done, and we really miss giving you guys book recommendations. So today I'm going to talk to you about a book called In 5 Years, and it was written by Rebecca Serle. And as you can see, I checked this out on my Kindle, so that means it's available as an ebook and an e-audiobook for you at home. All right, let's talk about the book. It's about Dani, who is a woman who lives in New York City with a very tight 5-year plan. She's a corporate Manhattan lawyer, and she knows exactly what she's doing, exactly where she's going, exactly how she's gonna get there. But then she lives 1 hour, 5 years into the future. She wakes up in sort of a dream state, has a premonition type thing. And her life is very different than she thought it was going to be. She's in a totally different part of New York, living in an apartment she's never seen before, with a man she's never met before, with a totally new ring on her finger. And she's overwhelmed. She's like, how did I get here? Then she wakes back up in her regular life and tells herself, I'm going to ignore that and just keep following my plan. But then, of course, the man that was in her dreams, she meets in real life. And everything is starting to make sense, and everything is starting to fall apart, as these things do. This book is an awesome book for a book club. It would be great because it takes a lot of twists and turns. It takes you places you're not going to expect. I laughed, I cried, I felt so sympathetic, and I think you'll really like it. I really liked it. Thank you for listening. Let's see what the next librarian's reading.
So anybody that knows me knows that I'm a little bit obsessed with the TV show Intervention on A&E. It's been on for multiple seasons. I am currently reading Dreamland by Sam Quinones. This is available on Libby. So I do have a print copy here at home, but you can easily access that through Libby. Dreamland really details the opioid epidemic and the rise of the opioid epidemic here in America, and kind of the perfect storm of kind of our healthcare system going to prescription by patient demand, and pharmaceutical salesmen pushing drugs like Valium, Oxycontin, and then black tar that came up from ranchos in Mexico up into the States, in kind of destitute cities that had once thrived during a manufacturing boom, and then kind of had seen that fade away. And there was a lot of lost jobs in those communities and a lot of drug use in turn. So Dreamland by Sam Quinones really details a lot of that. It's a fascinating read. It is a narrative nonfiction. I'm a big nonfiction fan. So that is one thing I'm reading right now. I'm also listening to Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. That came out last year. Also another nonfiction listen. What's great about the listen is it actually incorporates sound bites from people that he interviews, so it almost listens more like a podcast. The first story kind of talks about Sandra Bland, and there's clips of Sandra Bland right in that first chapter. But Talking to Strangers really kind of looks at the ways in which we perceive others and how we've not really learned how to talk to those with different experiences as us, and why that kind of impacts our society. So those are two things that I'm reading.
I'm Diane. I'm one of the children's librarians at the Glenside Public Library. But while I'm at home in quarantine, I like to read adult books. And I recently read a book called The Housekeeper by Natalie Barelli. It's a psychological thriller. And typically I like to read nonfiction. I like memoirs. I like realistic fiction, but I like psychological thrillers, and we have a lot of Natalie Barelli's books available electronically or as an audiobook. So this is a story about a woman named Claire who, when she was in high school, she was very pretty, she was very popular, and she had a life plan for herself, that she was going to have this perfect, wonderful life. But Hannah, her arch rival, comes into the picture and ruins all of that for Claire. Now, fast forward 10 years, And Claire doesn't look a thing like she did in high school. She's put on some weight, she has different color hair, she's unemployed, and she's become an alcoholic. And she hasn't stopped thinking about Hannah for 10 years, and all she wants to do is seek her revenge. So when she sees that Hannah is now living a very posh life and is also advertising for a housekeeper, Claire applies for the job. What better way to seek revenge on your arch enemy than by infiltrating her home? And so Claire gets the job, and she and Hannah become quite close. And there are a lot of secrets under this roof. Claire soon finds out, and she falls victim to some of these secrets. So it's a pretty fast read. It's a page turner, and it's not too gory or violent. So if you like some good psychological thrillers where you can't quite figure out the ending, I think you'll like this one. All right, good luck and happy reading.